In the previous video I put my mental health at risk by playing the most frustrating mode for me, 1v1s. I played about 100 games against Nexto, a bot that is considered GC-ish. The goal was to see if ones could help me improve my gameplay in general. The result was quite epic, so if you haven't done so I encourage you to watch the previous video. My psychiatrist says I'm doing way better, but I still have some setbacks sometimes. So yeah, as promised in this video I'm going to show you the result of the spheres training in ranked games. I played 2 series of 2s, 2 series of 3s, and a little bonus series of hoops. Each of these series lasted about 2 hours. At the end of the video I'll talk about the pros and cons of using Nexto for training. Thank you for watching the video, I hope it can help you. This is Simon. I started this series low C1. You might wonder why not start by a series of 1s first, since that's what I played against Nexto. But as a reminder, the goal was not to improve at 1s, but to see if playing 1s could help me improve my gameplay in general. And I can tell the training is working, as I'm feeling more comfortable and faster moving around. No miracle though, as I still really lack consistency. Like here, where instead of scoring I just pass back the ball to the other team. And this play is a perfect reflection of how the first series went. It really felt like I missed half of my shots and touches. It really shows that you can train as much as you want, but if you're tired, it's not gonna work out. Rocket League is a game that requires a lot of focus, and the sad thing is, you might be tired even without knowing that you are. You didn't become super bad overnight. So if several times you miss things that you would normally never miss, it might be indirect signs of fatigue, even if you feel good. Same if you get tilted by any mistake from your teammate or even yourself. Watching the replays after, I could really tell I was tired. Fortunately, teammates carried me and I still had some opportunities to use some of the mechanics I trained against Nexto. For example, cringe bumps whenever I could. There's also little improvements I really noticed, like this play here. It might not seem like much, but in the past I would totally panic or not get the read. But here I was able to keep the ball close to me and control it better, and although it was a little fortunate, we ended up getting a goal out of it. Not all improvements will result in ranking up, but you gotta notice and appreciate every one of them. There are also a lot of things that you cannot control in Rocket League. So I'd say it's also very important to work on the mental aspect of the game. To be honest, I'm not the best at that myself. That's why I don't play in competitive a lot. But when I do, I try to be really nice to my teammates. This alone made me win so many games. Something funny though, like an EA game not designed to milk every dollar out of you, nice teammates can be very rare. Yet in this series I met a lot of very wholesome people, some even complimenting me despite my poor performance. Nice teammates are endangered species, so we gotta appreciate them. So yeah, shout out to them. Unfortunately, after 2 hours of playing I ended up at the same rank. Now the second series went way better in terms of results. I ended up low C2, but I was quickly reminded of why I hate the competitive scene so much. Here you can see that this game's going pretty well. Of course we're just C2s, we make a lot of mistakes, that happens, no problem. As I said, I tried to be very nice. But now the second I make a mistake, the teammate gets crazy and spams quick chat. Now to be fair, here it's really my bad. I cut rotation and my challenge turns into a perfect pass. Now the teammate is obviously super tilted, and the other team can use that as an extra pressure. And as much as I'm actually amazed by people's skills, I'm also surprised to see how quickly people just stop playing. Usually after that, teammate ends up throwing or just leaving the game, but in rare cases,
I'm in danger!
I hope you find solace in this rare moment. I obviously warmly thank this SmackMat guy for his kindness. As you would expect, my teammate really felt like expressing himself as well. So we would end up winning this. It was a little sweaty, but happy ending. No hard feelings, GG. Oh, I guess they're gone. So yeah, I guess the training with Nexto paid off. But it also reminded me how terrible solo queuing comp is. That's it for the 2s, let's talk about the 3 series now. I forgot to record some games, but here's the result of the first 3 series. I started high diamond 3, low C1, and as you can see the games actually went pretty well. Fun fact, before playing I had just watched a speedrun of Super Mario Sunshine. But getting back to how playing 1s helped me, I can say that strangely it really made a difference in 3s. Now I really had to try hard to find my tendency to ball chase, so I tried to focus on my rotations. I would basically make a move and then rotate. Occasionally I would still ball chase a little, but it still overall worked out, and during my second series I was able to reach high C2 for the first time. There's not a lot else to say. It was all about focus, speed, and rotations. Unfortunately, the same thing that I mentioned earlier happened. I got tired, but I kept playing, and it resulted in 6 defeats in a row. I lost my focus and started to ball chase, thus becoming a real losing factor for my team. So despite reaching a new peak, I ended up low C2 at the end of the second series. In Rocket League, you also have to know when to stop. I think playing ones really helped in threes though, mainly because threes gives you a bigger margin for error. And playing ones against Nexto helped me to make a better use of my boost and to recover faster. Of course, all that works as long as you're focused enough and keep solid rotations. For fun, I decided to end with a little series of hoops. It's a mod I really like and it went pretty good as well. Now the goal of the video is to talk about Nexto and how it helped me. And in my previous video I also mentioned that I did a little bit of free play and training packs. And to be honest, I feel like my training packs helped me improve at hoops better than playing ones did. I got inspired by the video of a pro player and it really works for me. I will probably talk about it in another video. Anyway, I also reached a new peak in hoops, reaching for the first time the level C1. Unfortunately, I quickly lost it. I forgot to mention that I started as Diamond 2-ish, and that's basically it for this series. To summarize everything, I played about 100 games against Nexto, but I also trained solo and played casually before actually shooting the video. This combined training was definitely helpful as I reached new peaks in threes and in hoops. My peak in twos is actually high C3, but for some reason I seem to struggle to get back there. To be honest, I don't really mind, and I do feel like I have improved. I'm trying to play for fun and not for headaches, so except when I'm with friends or to shoot a video, I don't really play in competitive anymore. I must say though that playing ones is effective to improve at the game, but don't expect miracles. It will still be a solid grind if you want to get anywhere. Now for the pros and cons of using Nexto for training. It's actually a great tool. No toxicity, you can play offline, and he skips replays right away. You have a solid and consistent opponent, but at the end of the day, it's still a bot. It always plays the same way. It doesn't make it any easier, but it might not train you for realistic situations, like the opponent bumping you, faking you, starving you. He also has perfect reflexes, limiting you in what you can successfully use against it. And like I said, you'll have to play it a lot if you want to get any result. I think it's worth it if you don't get too frustrated in the process. I want to add that 100 games is not that much. Some people play about 1,000 games or more per season. As for me, I'd rather enjoy the games even if it means improving slower. I want to improve, but I want to have fun doing so. Earlier I mentioned a pro routine that really worked for me, and it's actually a lot of fun. I'll talk about it more in depth in a future video. Anyway, that's all for me. I hope it helped you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.